Farmer Dre back at it. Today I'm standing out here in our young apple block. These are 3-year-old golden delicious apples. They are on a semi-dwarfing rootstock, so an M26 rootstock. And today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to prune a young apple tree. So whenever pruning a young apple tree, it is very important to keep in mind why you are pruning them. And the reason you want to prune an apple tree whenever it's super young, first of all, you want to form the tree so whenever it does mature and fully grow, it could have a proper structure. And second of all, is to be able to get that light penetrating inside the tree. Like I mentioned, these are 3 years old, probably going to bear their first crop in 2020. So now, since we're starting to have a crop on these apples, we got to make sure they are ready to go. And, you know, a lot of people might talk and might try to explain to you how it's done, but you never know till you try. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is a very simple tree here. I am 6'4", so this is the top of my head here. So this tree's probably 8.5, 9 foot tall to the top here. And the first thing you want to look at it whenever you look at a tree is how can we form the tree. So spinning around here, whenever we come through and form the trees, you want to have at least 4 or 5 main scaffolds on the bottom. So you got 1 scaffold, 2 scaffolds, 3, 1 on that side, 4 and 5, and then 6 over here. So then whenever we come through and prune the tree, we're looking at the tree now and we got to see which ones we want to keep. So after looking at it for about 30 seconds or so, I know exactly which one I want to keep. This one right here is coming towards this direction. This one's going towards that direction. These two are both coming this direction, so one of these has to go. Same thing with one of these over here, both come in the same directions, one of them has to go. And it's just, you look at them, different scaffolds, which way they're going, and then you just make your final decision. So I just decided I want to keep this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one right here. So the rest of them have to go. So I just got my fancy hand pruners here. Go ahead and chop that one off there, clean that up. Chop this one off right there, clean that one up. Then I don't want this one on the bottom there, so clean that one up. So now you have 5 good scaffolds there. So we are going to worry about the tree later on whenever it keeps on growing. And as you see here, this variety in particular, Golden Delicious, is a tip bearing variety. So all of these tips hopefully next year will have a fruit on them. So we're going to worry about that later, but now we're starting at the bottom of the tree, and you want to cut off everything that's grown inside the tree or up in the tree. So this branch right here, go ahead and chop that out. And we keep looking at these ones right here, chop all those out there. This one as well, we might keep that one. This one's going inside the tree there, we don't want that. Same thing with this one, growing inside the tree, that's no good. Come around this side, cut this one's growing inside the tree there. So now, since we've kind of cleaned it up, you want to keep in mind that all these longer buds here, these are all fruiting spurs or fruiting buds for next year. So by just looking at the tree now, I could go ahead and tell you how many fruit we could leave on this tree in particular. And just looking at this tree right now, the top has a lot more fruiting buds on the actual tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and thin some of these out right now, and just kind of look at the buds and see how many are there, and just kind of thin them out. So now if we look at this tree, we know that the sun rises from the east and falls in the west here. So in the morning, if the sun's beating down, the sun's gonna penetrate right through there, gonna catch all of these fruits here with the sunlight, gonna catch all these fruits on here in the branches with sunlight. So now we have opened up the tree where it is perfect to go. Plenty of sunlight coming in from there, both sides there, plenty of sunlight coming in, and we will have a good crop next year. We didn't take too much off this tree this year because last year I came through and did the same thing. And I'm gonna kind of explain how much growth we've had this year. So if you look over here, this is where it broke bud in spring of 2019. So this is all growth for 1 year. So we got close to 2 feet of growth on these ones. And it actually broke bud up here this spring as well. So a good 2.5 feet of growth up there. So we've had a good growing season this past year, and just every year coming through them, cleaning them up, and make sure they are ready to go for the future. So whenever these branches fully mature, they're gonna keep growing out this way, and then just forming up the tree for a good crop. So now I'm gonna show you how fast and easy it is to come through and prune a tree. I'm just gonna do it and then explain everything at the end here. So here we go. So this tree right here just took me 42 seconds to finish. And like I mentioned, we just training the trees for a better season. And this one doesn't have as many fruiting spurs as the last tree we did, but overall it's gonna have a pretty good crop up here and fruit pretty good. So, you know, 42 seconds per tree times 150 that we have out here. Pretty soon, I mean, a few hours and we will be good to go. So pruning on a young tree like this depends about the grower and different farmers. I know some farmers, they don't even come through and prune the trees until the trees are at least 3 to 4 years old. They just let the trees grow fast and good in the first few years. And I mean, I'm talking about the growers who have, you know, maybe 100 acres of trees, so they don't have the manpower to come through and train them all. But since we have just a small operation here, not too big or too small, we actually have the time to come through and train the trees exactly how we want them. So pruning a young apple tree, it's important, but it's not as important as other people say it is. So, you know, we come through and do it since we have the time, but I know other farmers that they don't even, you know, bother to prune these since they're that small of a tree. So this is gonna be pretty much it for today. Short, simple video on how we prune our apple trees here on our farm. I know there's other ways to do it and other people explain the different ways, but that's how we do it. And you know, it's just short, fast, and easy, and it gets the job done. So this is gonna be pretty much it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, smash that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments or any other video ideas, go ahead and leave them down in the description box below. Down in the comment sections, not the description. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram and follow my daily stories, go ahead and follow me there on Instagram. There's going to be a link down in the description box below. And I have a few videos coming out here pretty soon. Some of my viewers, you guys want to know how the soap worked for the deer and how the strawberries are doing. So videos are coming out on those pretty soon. So I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. You guys have a good day, and we will see you next time.